about I make your memory stronger, boost your brain power, and frustrate you a little, all within 10 minutes? Up for my challenge? Then here you go, a session of amazingly tricky riddles. And as a bonus, you can check how well you did at the end of the video. Number 1. A hotel manager. Clara was in her hotel room when she heard someone knock on her door. She looked through the peephole and saw an unknown man standing outside. He introduced himself. "Hi, I'm the hotel manager. Sorry to bother you, but our database has crashed. Could you let me in to confirm some information?" Clara immediately rushed to her phone and called hotel security. You have only 10 seconds to figure out why. The badge on the man's chest said Chloe Smith, and that's a female name. She knew the man was a fake manager. Number 2. A dangerous marathon. Once, there was a marathon in the city. The sponsors of this marathon provided the runners and staff with water and other drinks. However, soon, some people started to feel unwell and were even rushed to the hospital. Doctors found out that they had been poisoned. But then, how come the rest of the participants felt okay? You have only 10 seconds to figure out the answer to this mystery. The poison was on the bottles' necks. That's why only those who touched the bottles with their lips while drinking were poisoned. Number 3. A problem in the city. One city was having a rough patch. Its hospitals, schools, hotels, and public transport weren't functioning because of a strike that had already lasted for several months. One night, someone attacked the mayor of the city. The man was rushed to a private clinic, and the police arrested 3 suspects. Brandon stated that he had been walking along the street when he heard someone scream, but it was too dark and he couldn't see anything. John confirmed that he had heard a call for help as well, but he was too scared to check it out. As for Dylan, he claimed that he had been waiting for a bus at the bus stop and hadn't heard anything. Who attacked the mayor? It was Dylan. He couldn't have been waiting for a bus since they hadn't been running for several months because of the strike. Number 4. A kidnapped neighbor. Sophia disappeared from her house. The police knew she'd been kidnapped because of a note they found in the living room. Detective Peterson, who came to investigate the case, decided to question her neighbors. Anthony told the police that he'd worked the night shift. That's why, when he came home, he went straight to bed and was woken up by the detective. Ryan explained that he'd planned to organize a barbecue for all the neighbors, but had to cancel it because of the rain. Lauren said that she'd been downtown, doing some shopping, and had just come home. And Alyssa claimed that she came home just a few hours before as well. She said she had been driving for a long time and thus had fallen asleep right away. The detective immediately realized who the liar was. Have you figured it out? Alyssa lied. If it was raining all day long, there would have been puddles under her car as well. 5. A sly thief. Once, a famous thief was caught and brought to the king to be punished. But the king was in a good mood and allowed the thief to choose the way he would lose his life. But when the thief told the ruler about his choice, the king let the man go. You have 10 seconds to work out what the thief told the king. He chose to pass away of old age. 6. The wrong baby. Emily gave birth to a girl, and she was very happy. But when a nurse brought Emily her baby the next day, The young woman immediately understood that it wasn't her daughter. How did she know? Because the baby was a boy. 7. A desperate situation. You wake up locked in an unfamiliar room. Near the sofa you're lying on, there's a suspicious bundle with a timer. All of a sudden, you hear a voice coming from a loudspeaker. This explosive will go off in 5 minutes. You have to find your way out of this room before it happens. You look around and notice 3 doors. Behind the first door, there's a huge, menacing monster. The second door hides a fire that's 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you open the third door, you'll let out paralyzing gas. You have only 10 seconds to figure out your course of action. Open the first door and throw the explosives inside, then close the door. The monster won't survive the explosion, and you'll be able to escape through this door. 8. A match equation. You're allowed to add just 2 matches to make this equation true. Can you manage it in 10 seconds? Here you go. Now you have 9 minus 9 equals 0, which is undoubtedly correct. 9. A dating site mystery. James and Anna had been married for 10 years before they decided to get a divorce. Both of them already had new partners they'd found on a dating site, and they were sure that their virtual relationships were better than the real-life ones. James was happy that he had common interests with his internet girlfriend, and Anna was delighted with how her new boyfriend understood her so perfectly. One day, both James and Anna decided to meet their ideal partners in real life. However, after this meeting, the couple changed their mind about the upcoming divorce. Can you figure out why? It turned out that they were having an online affair with each other. So, if you like piña coladas and getting caught in the rain, well, you know the rest. Number 10. Smart friends. Once, Robert was having a party. He invited 10 friends, and they were having a great time. Robert decided to have even more fun and suggested a bet. I'll pay each of you $10 if you manage to sit without touching the floor, furniture, or any other object. But if you can't do it, each of you will pay me $10. Surprisingly, his friends agreed to the bet, and soon after that, Robert had to pay each of them $10. You have 10 seconds to prove how the friends fulfilled Robert's requirements. Everyone sat on each other's lap in a circle. This way, no one was touching the floor or any furniture. Number 11. The equation. And now, let's see how rusty your math skills are. What can you do so that this equation makes sense? You have 10 seconds to figure it out. And if that's how your answer looks, congrats! You've just proved your competence in mathematics. 12. A mysterious object. When you see everything, you don't see it. But when you see nothing, you see it. What is it? 10 seconds for you to find the answer. It is darkness. 13. At a crossroads. You're wandering through the forest, trying to find the way to a bus station. Suddenly, you meet a man who tells you that soon you'll see a crossroads. there will be a post with several signs. The right one will lie, while the left one will tell the truth. And indeed, a bit later, you see this post. The right sign on it says, "To the bus station," and the left one reads, "To the forest." You have 10 seconds to figure out where the station is. If the right sign lies and the left sign will lead you back to the forest, go straight and you'll get to the station. 14. A life-changing answer. A criminal catches you when you're walking through the park. When you wake up, you find yourself in a dark basement illuminated by 15 burning candles. I'll set you free if you solve my riddle correctly, but if not, you won't ever leave this place, the same criminal says. You see 15 candles. I'm blowing out 6 of them. How many candles will remain? What's your answer going to be? If you tell the criminal that 6 candles will remain, he'll let you go. After all, the rest of the candles will eventually melt away completely, all but the 6 which have been blown out. I think this is one of the very few times where if you blow it, you win. So I guess we've reached the most important part of the video. My narration. No, your results. And if your result is 0 to 3 cracked riddles, you haven't managed to get to the podium yet. But don't give up, you have a chance to do it next time. If you solve 4 to 7 riddles, your bronze medal is ready for you. With some more practice, you'll become amazing at cracking tricky puzzles. For 8 to 11 solved riddles, you take the silver. You must be a professional in this riddle cracking business. Have you got 12 to 14 points? No, really. Wow! Then this gold medal rightfully belongs to you. I guess there's nothing to say here except keep it up! Hey, if you learned something new today, then give the video a like and share it with a friend. And here are some other videos I think you'll enjoy. Just click to the left or right, and remember, stay on the bright side of life.